All right, welcome to the Shawn show, the first official video I'm gonna put out on YouTube. But anyway, working on transfer case, clean V box. I'm gonna install it in the buggy today. I went down and got some studs. They're a little long. I just got to cut this little nipple off and cut that off, put them all in, Loctite them so they don't leak, and then put my one spacer on, my other adapter spacer thing, then my box, make it all tight, and she will be ready to go back in, and that will be today. So hopefully here in an hour or so I will be installing this in the buggy. I gotta go get the JK hook onto the buggy, pull it in here, but for now I'm gonna get this all bolted up and get it ready to go. RTV, got some RTV right there. Slather that on, put this plate on, slather another layer on, put the adapter on, slather a little bit more on, and put this on to the adapter. So I gotta have this on there, little 1/4 inch, because this plate helps push this one back because it hits right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. So I gotta space it out just a little bit, not a lot, but just enough. And then yeah, this will go on there just like so, and then this one will go on there like that too. So let me get everything all glued up and put all on. I got this on there because I won't be able to get to this because it'll be in here. So I got this on there, and I'm gonna weld a little tab or something. I had it here somewhere, right here. I'm gonna cut this thing down and put it there or there, probably like that, and just fully weld that on there. And then this will be my new, what do you call it, lever for shifters. But anyway, here we go. There it is. It is officially bolted up. It's got Loctite. It's got the RTV in it, on it, in it, whatever. She's ready. So I gotta pull one of these plugs, put oil in it, put a vent tube on it from here to here. That's my transfer case vent tube. So from there to here, and just tee it, then go up and out and let it vent. But other than that, she is ready to go in. Look at that. Look how low that is. That's 5-to-1 right there. So yeah, it's gonna be freaking awesome. So now I gotta figure out how to bring in my buggy because Rory took the JK wheeling. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. I will get back to you. Here it is. It's in here. So I'll clean that up, and it's got silicone all over it. Clean that up, bench press the transfer case in, slide it all together, make it fit. I'm hoping it doesn't hit this bar. That's because that's gonna really suck. But anyway, it's not gonna hit. It's gonna be fine. And then I gotta build a hoop or something like that from here, like that. Yeah, just a little and add it on to this bar because my drive line is gonna be back here now, and it's gonna be a long throw, but that bar will be right in the way, of course. But I don't know, we don't know until we get it all together. And I'm gonna clean this up and put the transfer case in and see what that looks like. Well, she's going in together. I got a shovel, a super thick wall shovel, all metal all the way across, and put a come along on it, put the transfer case on it, and just cranking her up and down until it comes all the way up, and then slide it together. And I'm gonna test fit it, make sure everything clears before I put the silicone on there, because I got to seal it here, and I just want to make sure everything clears before I put a bunch of silicone on there and then just have a big old mess. So I'm gonna make sure everything clears, and then I'll put silicone on. So yeah, I will get a video when I got the transfer case in place. So I want to show you this cool thing I made. I was like, I could do this soft shackle up here and move it all around, but it wouldn't center it up because of 2-bar. Like, and I found this laying around over there, threw it there, and it holds it in place over there. It holds it right in place so it can't slide off. It's barely on right here, but whatever. So I'm gonna keep on putting it in. It's working, so here we go. Look at that, together. Barely gonna miss there. It's gonna miss here. Seems like it's gonna work right there. So I used I didn't have enough because it was hitting that back seat, the bar. So I put a 4x4 block right there between my 2 links. Put this little log in there so it doesn't bend. Put it right on my crank. Then I use my suck down winch. So it goes, if this was the powertrain, the motor and the transmission, just to come up just a little bit so the bottom, the transmission drops down to clear that. And it worked. So I could have just unbolted that and unbolted that one, dropped the transmission down a little bit, put a jack on there, but this way's cooler. I have a winch I can use a suck down. But anyway, looks like everything's gonna clear. I might need to make it flat like that. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. So now my front drive line is pointing upwards that way instead of downwards, which I don't like, which means I'd have to lower the front of my motor, drop the front down, bring the back of the transmission up, which wouldn't be terrible, but there it is. It's there. So that's what I was talking about, is that little hump right there. I gotta put a bar in right here, and to clear my front drive line. Let's see if I can get a good shot of the front drive line. That's the front drive line right there. So that bar is in the way. I can do that or drop it downwards, but it'll catch on rocks if I do it this way. So it's got to go over, move all my wiring and hoses and everything. You could come out to here and put a carrier bearing right here, and then run the front drive line off of that down to the pinion. There's all kinds of ways of doing it. It just depends on how much money you got and how much time you got. Because I think a front drive line carrier bearing setup costs right about 500 bucks, 600 bucks. That's for the flange, or not the flange, but the 1310 U-joint or 1350, whatever one you want to use. The carrier, the tube, and then another flange, or sorry, a yoke on that side, and then down another tube. So I might just run a long front drive line. But for now, this is my setup, and it's gonna work. So everything fit. I'm gonna bolt it all up. Look who showed up.
Hi.
Yo, Michael.
I am here. Look at this.
Here.
It's going together. It's gonna work, gosh darn it.
This is how Mike pulls transmissions too, by the way. Out of Blazers and other
It works really good if you got the right size piece of metal.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna bench press it. That thing is heavy.
No, hell no. You ain't doing that.
Heavy. So I'm gonna stab this, put some bolts in it, and then it's done.
It's in there. Look at that.
And then cut down the rear drive line. This one, cut that down a little. Take 7 inches out of it or whatever it is. I haven't measured it yet. That's gonna be really short.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll have a really short drive line and I'll have a really long drive line. So whatever I take out of here, I wonder if I can just cut this and sleeve it and then add it on that.
Oh, that'd be pretty kind of really cool if you could do that. I hope that's how that goes.
Yeah, literally put the tube inside of this tube and then, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I bet you that'll work. Yeah, whatever I cut out of here, and then I'll cut it here, slide it together, re-weld it, and then whatever piece comes out of here, I'll put in here, and that's what will get my drive lines.
Dude, I hope that works. I really think that's really cool. If that's how that goes, I'm stoked.
He's stoked. I'll be stoked.
Yeah.
And then I was just talking to Mike about building a loop or a hoop or whatever, have a U or whatever you want to call it right there.
Yeah, so we got to make some room right here for the drive shaft, the front drive shaft. So we got to make something, modify this cross member to make it work.
Yeah. But before we do that, we got to put this transfer case in and get some measurements and make sure everything is good.
Here, let me see that camera. I'll hold you.
So
you do this, the hard part.
Let's see if I can do this right. I don't know.
Oh, you're doing it wrong.
Already doing it wrong. Look how good that works.
It's so good.
Kind of jealous. Alright, and then go there and then align the stars. Make sure. Yep, it's in there.
Alright.
Going up. Uh-oh, I messed up. There we go. And then slide together. Done.
Dude, this is so cool.
Just like that. And then put some bolts in there. And then I can lower, put it in down mode and it'll adjust everything. But right there it looks good. So I'm gonna run with that one. And put it all together.
Oh, hey. You gotta weld this little piece right here.
I seen that. I seen that.
Funny how you don't notice it until, like, if you stand above it, you don't see it.
Yeah, I seen that when I was putting the transmission in. I was like, I should weld that, and then I forgot about it.
Right?
Well, look at it; it's still holding.
Turns out, it's fine.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna work. Let's see here.
I wonder what the weight rating on this shovel is.
A lot.
I mean, I think that's quarter wall.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. I was talking about that earlier. I was like, this is a really thick shovel. Whoever made it did a good job.
Yeah, they were serious about shoveling.
Is that you out of your truck?
No, I found it at the old shop. I was like, what is this? And they're like, a shovel?
So yeah, I'm gonna bolt this all together and then I'll release my front. I'll check it out. Look at this. I think I showed you guys. I don't remember. But I got a block in here right on top of my links with this log right there so it doesn't bend it. But I got that right on the crank. So it picks the motor, the front of the motor up, and then it brings the back of the transmission down, and yeah.
So you did this by using your suck down winch on the front?
The winch.
So he's got the winch pulling the axle up, and that pushes on the wood and pushes on the crank pulley, and then puts the back of the motor down.
Yeah.
To make room for
Just enough room.
All the chaos to happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
That's how I roll.
Speaking of things that are pretty sweet, do you guys know that Shawn is starting his own channel?
I got my own channel brewing up.
Well, you had it for a long time, way back when.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't remember, 14? 17? I don't know. Way back when. And it was 7 years ago I posted a video on there and made it, and that's probably the video you guys will see. It's got like 147 views now. But anyway, yeah, I'll start my own channel. It's the Shawn Show.
Look at that. So close. It's okay. Everything's okay.
Are you showing the pipe on?
Yeah. It's fine.
Or what do you call that? A tube?
Something.
I don't know what it's called. But it's something. The bolt section.
Oh yeah, the bolts department.
Bolts department. I dumped this all out the other day because I needed one bolt.
Yeah.
And I still couldn't find it.
Son of a.
But this one right here is gonna work. Better get that one.
Ooh, yeah, there it is. That's the one.
And then a washer. You guys have bolts like this laying around on your shop? Or you guys just all nice and fancy, got bolt bins and...
I think every shop is required to have a pile of bolts like this somewhere.
Yeah. I would assume.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, we got this pile. That's the OG pile over there.
Yeah.
If you're really in trouble, you go over there. If you need metric, that's kind of over here.
Yeah.
That's the metric section. And this is over here. This is the bigger bolts.
That's, yeah, the bigger
the larger
bolt, yeah.
nuts and bolts up there.
Spacers, yeah, all kinds of
All
weird stuff. In there.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
I'll be showing off all my bolts.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, "Hey, can I get that 9/16 thing?"
Yeah.
Look at that!
Working.
Do we got fluid in there?
No.
Those are some weird noises.
That's probably the gas
Oh,
return,
fuel return.
fuel return.
But anyway, the most coolest part of this is you saw it. The power went through the box.
It's working.
The things are happening.
Was it spinning the right way? I don't know if I have it in reverse or neutral. Or
I don't know.
Anyway,
It's in a gear.
it's in a gear and it's working. So now you can see what I'm talking about right here. It's the drive line. Here is the flange. Right about center of flange right there. That bar is right in the way. So I gotta cut that out. Well, I guess build
Build a something.
bend a hoop just like this, and then just put it in its place and weld it in, and then cut the old bar out like that, but a little bit better. This is a template, we can't use this one.
I think we should cut this bushing out of there.
Yeah.
Like we need to make a new one. Like we'll have it just go straight into that, and then it'll weld onto the pipe over there.
All right.
That way it's not. It won't look as cobbled together. It'll look really more profesh,
Better.
more better.
Much more better.
Yeah.
Hold 1 second. Look at that. I built a mount. So those two holes right there are gonna go here and here. And then this one is gonna get a bushing and go right here. So then I got some tabs right here. Just gonna put there on the frame and weld her up. That should be ready. But anyway. There it is. It's all welded. Let it cool. Put it on there. Bolt it all up. Figure out where my tabs need to go on here on the frame side. And then, yeah, these are just tabs on there. Figure out where those go and then tack them on there. Pull it all apart again and weld it all up and let it cool. So the reason why I'm putting one here is because it breaks transmissions right here, because it's got a lot of weight hanging off of there. It's got a lot of weight hanging off of the transmission. Like, that's a lot of weight hanging there. And if I put a mount there, that's gonna work. It's gonna be awesome. Careful, that's all. And then I'm gonna build, I was thinking about putting a bar from here to here, then just cut it off here, and I'll have all this room for my drive line. But I was just looking at it and my shifter goes right there. So right here is my shifter mounts, and the bar I was talking about was putting it about right here, like that. But now I can't because I have my shifters there. So, and my shifters should be just a matter of making the links longer, and then I'll have four-wheel drive. Oh, and this for this link, I'm gonna run this guy with the tiny bolt and just put that there like that. Then run something that will screw into this. Find that thread pitch and just run a rod off of there to this kind of style, just a little tabs here, and I'll have my shifter right here. So yeah, in theory everything should work. So, and then mount these up higher just like that, get it out of the driveline way, and cross member. I gotta build me a cross member and put my links on them. So that might be another day. It's Christmas Eve. I might just call it a night. After I weld these tabs on, I'll call it a night and clean up the shop. Well, I got some more done. I was trying to get this drive line to free up. I'm wondering if that's where my shake was, because this thing is not moving at all. So I think this thing is trash. Same thing as Blue Rory's tow truck. Same thing happened and it broke his transmission, and I don't want that to happen, because I was gonna cut it down here and here, but I might have to look for a new slip yoke end, because that is not moving. That's not good. So that's that on there. I got all of that together. I don't know if I recorded that. I think I did. And now I'm building the shifters. So this is all my shifter is. Just a rod that goes to here. And it works. There's neutral. There's high, high, and neutral. Oh, sorry. That's high gear. Neutral, neutral, low, low. So that's working. I just welded a tab. Well, I had a tube and slid it over the shift rod, and then welded a plate to it, and then put a bolt through it and all that, so it's still, you can unbolt it, move it. And I got a longer strap, piece of metal strap, just scrap that was in the trash, and it works. So that's a plus. Everything's moving and moving freely. So I'll put a nut back on here because I lost that one time. I don't know where it went. And now I'm going to do the same kind of design, but here, 2 little tabs from here. Then I'll go down to another shifter and go right to that one. So I could shift that one, if that makes sense. So I'll do the same thing there, and then put some fluid in these and put my front drive line on. I have my spare front drive line, square tube, but that thing will go super long, like crazy long, and that will get it in and out of the shop, so I don't have to have it in the shop during work hours. And what else? I gotta make a longer front drive line for the front. That's that one. And then the rear, I gotta figure out the rear. I'll figure something out there. But I could put that one on the front just to get it in and out of the shop. What else? Yeah, that one, and I need one more shifter. Oh, there's my bracket. My sweet bracket. So I got one here, ears, tube, bolted. And I just cut this off, and it's pretty solid right now. This is how I might just, I don't know, I'm debating if I can fit a tube in here and just come down and then put where'd it go? Where did I throw it? Oh, right here. And just put this piece on down there, and then put the tube, weld the tube onto like 2 ears or something that will catch this or something. I'll figure something out. But this is how Mike's Blazer is set up. Just got one there, and then it's got this one. So I might run it that way. Haven't really decided yet, because it's got bushing here and it's got a bushing over there on the frame side. And Mike's Blazer has been everywhere this one's been, and it tows that off-road camper just fine. So I think it'll work just like that. We'll get more info from other people as they show up. They're out wheeling right now. Rory, Mike Nappy, a whole bunch of people. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I might just leave it off. Alright, I found some stuff. Here it is. So, Milwaukee handle for a grinder. 3/8 nut. And just a random bolt. I'm going to weld this bolt to that nut like that. And then I found this bracket I can shave down a little bit, and let me see if I can set this camera down. So this will weld to the frame, or the seat mounts, and this is going to go just like this on this side. Then I'm going to weld a nut on this here so it could pivot, if that makes sense. So let me go get a big nut, and then I'll get back to you. Look, it's working. I'm guessing this is low. Figure all this out. I remember That was low, I thought. But I think that's high. No, that's it. That's low right there. That's low. There it is. There it is. That's low. Anyway, I'm parking it for tonight. I'm gonna go home. Tired. Had a lot of work today. This is crazy low. Anyway, yeah, so low, and this has got to be all the way in. That's low. So I still gotta do some tabs on here for this shifter, so it can go in and out, you know. Da-da-da. So work in progress. So, but it's working. You guys have a good night.